I'm Amanda Langweil. I am an architect and I work at Gensler, New York, and my job title is project director, and I work on large-scale interior workplace projects. So the first Greenbuild I attended was in Chicago in 2007, and at the time I was working for a small firm in New York that did a lot of government sector work. And a lot of the government work at that time had requirements for LEED certification on our projects. And so I was one of the few and first LEED APs in our office, and it awarded me the opportunity to get a little bit more educated and attend the Greenbuild conference. At that time I was also, I think, volunteering. I can't even remember what the committee name was anymore, but it was sort of like this education committee where we were reviewing sessions for AIA and GBCI credits. So started to get a little bit involved in the volunteer world at that point as well. Yeah, I think that first Greenbuild was really eye-opening, and it just sort of expanded the sustainability world in terms of what people were doing. Really inspiring, and it actually really became a passion of mine, something that I wanted to pursue, and ultimately for that firm that I was working for became the director of sustainability. And then started to volunteer also specifically with the conference. Again, a variety of different committees. Initially started out with the program working group. I can't remember what year that was, but did a lot of the review of people proposing to speak at the conference. And since that, I will probably say that was maybe 2008 or 2009. I've been on some form of a volunteer committee since, because it was an amazing network of people that you connected with, and you got to really see the depth and breadth of what people were doing out in this venue of sustainable projects, really to bring some of that inspiration to my own work. It's evolved a lot over, I will say, the last 17 years since I've been coming to Greenbuild. Initially it was the learning. It was really just expanding the knowledge so that I knew how to best support the projects that I was working on, to bring new innovation to those projects. And then as I got further along in my career, I really was here more for the inspiration, for the networking, the connections that I've made with people across the country, across the world even, always coming back to this conference as a way to reconnect and to, again, learn and grow from my peers in the industry. So working from a very small firm as the director of sustainability, eventually I switched jobs, went to a larger firm before I joined Gensler. And so while I was sustainability focused there, was sort of leading from an office perspective in terms of our sustainability team, I took on more of a project management role. I am an architect by trade. I've always been really invested also in the design of our projects. And then over to my current job at Gensler, where initially I was a design manager and I'm now a project director. So I've slowly stepped away from being the primary role of sustainability. But for example, at Gensler, a lot of the projects I work with, the clients that I work with, are very focused on sustainability. So it is always a core of one of the goals of the work that we're doing, and has always been a passion of mine. So I've also promoted it in terms of the design that we try to implement for these projects. I mean, I really love the networking aspect of all of the people that are here, and it's a broad range of first-time attendees who are just starting out in the industry or just starting out within the sustainability sector, to people who have been coming to Greenbuild longer than I have. And we're all in the same playing field here. There's so many opportunities to get to meet new individuals, and I think over the last few years in particular, with various different networking events, and I think like the speed networking, the more interactive sessions where you sit at a table and you're going to education sessions and you may talk to the person sitting next to you or across from you. Really that opportunity, you never quite know who you're going to connect with. And for me personally, it's really allowed me to get long-term, connected relationship with individuals that maybe I don't live in the same city with or work on projects with, but I make a point to connect with when I'm here annually, and always when an opportunity arises, you just quite never know when you're going to be able to connect some dots and be able to work together. Well, I am still on the Greenbuild advisory board, so I think that speaks to my passion for Greenbuild. But it is sort of an annual tradition at this point. I can't actually imagine a year without it. It's something I look forward to every year, and I'm always inspired to kind of see what's next. And I think with in particular, for me personally, with Lead V5, I really wanted to learn a little bit more since it's not my day-to-day role. I was really interested in kind of seeing and excited to see how the rating system is evolving, and felt this was a perfect opportunity to do that.